Hi there. It occurred to me that actually haven't defined what is health really. Talked about healthy lifestyle and stuff like that, but what is health really? So then I got curious, of course, and I started Googling again. I came up with these typical sort of dry definitions here. So it's a state of being free from illness or injury, person's mental or physical condition. It's a level of function, which is a really good dry one, level of functional and metabolic efficiency of a living organism, or it's your state of complete emotional and physical well-being. Now, there's a much more widely accepted definition which was created by the World Health Organization in 1948, and that is that health is a state of complete physical, mental, and social well-being, not merely the absence of disease or infirmity. Now, whilst I'm I'm very much science-based when it comes to sort of health. I'll do a diet, for example, and look at the results and then go and investigate what it is about that particular diet that got me the results that I did. So I definitely do follow the science, and I really delve into that quite deeply and stuff. But I also look at health from a much more holistic perspective, and this is where I believe that the Chinese and the Indians have really got something to teach us, because both Chinese medicine and Ayurvedic practices have been around for thousands and thousands of years. And to my way of thinking, if you've got a practice or a way of being that is keeping over 2 billion people healthy, or has done for thousands of years, there must be something in it somewhere. And actually, there's quite a number of similarities between Ayurveda and Chinese medicine. For example, they both believe that, obviously diet plays a huge part of it. Herbal medicine, acupuncture, yoga, massage, meditation, and balancing of energies is the Ayurvedic one. And they believe in there's actually the five elements of earth, water, fire, air, and space. And you can see from Chinese medicine, which again is a holistic system encompassing acupuncture, again, herbal medicine, nutrition therapy, massage, and exercise. They believe in qi, and their six classes of qi are wind, dryness, cold, fire, moisture, and heat, which kind of roughly coincides with the Ayurvedic properties too. So I think that these are much more balanced, and I guess encompass so much more of what health actually is. It's not just the foods you eat. It's a mental state of health as well. Your social relationships, your community, how you interact with people, and just really how you are in your whole life. So I believe this is a much better definition of health really than sort of the dry definitions you get. And typical with sort of Western medicine, it sort of tends to focus on very narrow things. And I was looking around at, if health is everything and how you are and your entire being, why is it that Western health particularly focuses on such narrow criteria when it comes to judging health? So then I got curious again, and I pulled out all of these graphs, and particularly to do with obesity, with the global obesity epidemic, there's such a focus on the causal factor of it. Most studies seem to focus on one particular thing, depending on the sort of, I guess, the philosophy or background of the person doing the study. So a lot of them are sort of, obesity with sugar consumption. Let's focus on sugar. Let's focus on how many calories we're eating overall. Let's focus on particular fats that we're eating, because of course we all know how fats were demonized at one point. Look at the sort of rise in this particular fat. Look at the rise in the high fructose corn syrup. So all of these charts sort of focus on sort of fairly narrow criteria and take things in isolation. There is quite a good one here actually about where we eat, and I think this one's kind of very interesting. It really shows decrease in home cooked foods and how much we eat at home. And I think this is probably a much stronger indicator overall of where the global obesity, why we have a global obesity epidemic, rather than these things taken in isolation. Levels of activity, of course, are incredibly important. And I dug into sort of Australian census statistics. And in 2011, 70% of the Australian adults were considered sedentary, or you doing less than 15 minutes of activity a day. And that absolutely staggered me, because, of course, Australia, I think we're ranked now second in the world in obesity. So this is a horrifying statistic. Adults doing less than 30 minutes of moderate activity a day is 60%. And then the activity in our workplace generally. And this ties back to when we did the metabolic chart with NEAT, reducing your activity levels in the workplace. That's your NEAT. And you saw how big a factor that was in overall energy use during the day. So if you factor in sort of you're not moving around at work so much, we're overall eating more foods, we're eating more processed foods that are highly refined, they might have more sugar in them, more fats, whatever it is. I think it's the combination of all of this that is contributing to overall poorer health in a vast number of people. This other rather shocking statistic here, where I looked in the economic cost of physical inactivity, and in 2008, this is 2008, $13.8 billion of health-related and economic costs really could be prevented just simply by doing 30 minutes of brisk walking a day. So this is the percentage reduction in national disease burden, i.e. healthcare costs, just by doing 30 minutes of walking a day. Now, really, do you not have time to do 30 minutes of walking a day to improve your overall health? Now, again, I know that's just one factor of overall health, but it's such a simple thing to fix. So this kind of horrified me, really, because building in some level of activity really is so easy to do, and it's so critical. And as part of the Champion Lifestyle, we will be looking at activity and just how you can boost your activity. Like I say, you don't have to join the gym. I'm not going to make you be doing that. We are going to be looking at ways how you can be doing this, some of this maybe, so that you're not part of this sort of statistic, which is a huge indicator of poorer health. So they have very quickly a very quick definition of what I believe in health. I believe it's a holistic approach to everything that you do, everything that you eat, everything that you drink, what activities you do, how you cope with stress, how you manage interactions with other people. I look at health from a completely holistic perspective, not just diet, not just exercise. So the Champion Lifestyle is a holistic approach to health, and it's about building up habits, behaviors, thoughts, and thought processes that support overall well-being.